Welcome to the Sound of Scuffed. It is March 2nd, 2020. I know the overlay is still bad. I haven't gotten a chance to fix it. This is like the first real day I've been on the PC after like about a week.
2 out of the 3 people currently on this show are ill.
Yeah. Jason, how are you doing? Are you ill?
Maybe I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning and then shot straight liquid diarrhea out of my ass and it was black.
Dude, I've been doing that all. I'm at the point in the flu where.
Why was it black is what I want to know.
Oh, no, mine was not black.
I was staring into the void when I looked at the toilet.
We're ill. Everyone right now is currently ill. Oh my god.
It's all sorts of ass. But
Yep.
you wanna talk about your illness, Pav?
Okay, so what happened was I went to go visit my boy. Jason, what the fuck? I went to go visit my boy Austin in San Antonio, and we had a couple good streams that will never be archived. Fuck you. And I came back, and the minute I got back, I came down with a serious flu. Funny story, Austin also came down with a serious flu. And so I thought, oh fuck, Austin got me sick. This is fucking fun. I'm gonna be out for like 5 days. This is gonna be great. And I was out with the flu for a single day. And I thought, oh, this actually isn't, I'm feeling okay. I can go to work. And I went to work and I sold a couple frames.
And you got an entire family
job.
of six sick. I don't know why I couldn't say that.
No, probably. And then I come home. I come home and I go to bed, and I wake up, and my throat is just on fucking fire. I wake up at 4 in the fucking morning, and my throat is just hurting. It's like, okay, it's not okay. It's beyond sandpaper on the inside of my throat. We're beyond that at this point. It's like it feels like there was a very thick membrane of mucus all through my windpipe and esophagus, and it hardened to the point where it's all scraping together, and and it hurts, and I'm coughing a lot, but no mucus is coming out. It just hurts. No mucus is ever coming out of any orifice of mine. You wouldn't believe it based on how I'm sounding right now. And I'm talking with my parents about it, and they're like, "Oh, you have bronchitis," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck! How do you know I have bronchitis?" And they're like, oh, because me and both of your sisters have had that. It started off as a 1-day flu and then turned into bronchitis for like a week and a half. Great! So I'm stuck with bronchitis for, at bare minimum, a week and a half. So I want to fucking die.
I like that for you.
Anyway, it's been a fun time. Should I just open up with the week then, with the discussion of the week?
All right, if you want to.
Or do you want to talk about your illness as well?
I was gonna.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that after I talk about my week?
Oh, I was gonna do it now.
Go ahead and do it now.
That looks a little bit better. I think I fixed it, somewhat. It's not good. There's some cropping that could be a little bit better, but at least there's no like miscoloring, which is the main issue I wanted to fix. Try to fix it live on stream, but hey, I appreciate that. Thanks, Prime. A whole year and a month. Appreciate you, dude. But essentially what happened was I was feeling perfectly fine. Wednesday I started feeling a little bit sick. So the logical thing was I was like, oh hey, I'm not gonna get better in time. I have work on Thursday. I should do the responsible thing and fucking notify my coworkers that I'm most likely gonna be having to take a sick day and work from home, right? Mm-hmm. So I sent the message to our group chat. Nobody fucking responds. I text my manager, doesn't fucking acknowledge my existence. Text my coworker, he doesn't reply until like fucking hours later. I am trying to just fucking tell people, hey, I'm gonna be working from home. I'm not feeling good. I'm not coming into the office. I don't want to get anybody else sick. And so it gets really, really bad because I thought I had a fucking stomach bug. I thought I had like fucking food poisoning. And turns out it was not food poisoning. It was a really bad case of the flu that I was only making worse by trying to sleep it off. I was giving myself pneumonia by accident, according to the doctor.
Ooh.
He told me that I was making it very fucking bad by not treating it, not doing anything for it. All I was doing it was laying in bed. And so it got so bad. I was having multiple different symptoms. It was just the worst experience I've ever been in. And I had to just fucking deal with it. And the doctor gave me this really, really strong medicine. The side effects of the medicine is that it makes me really, really drowsy. So that's a key foreshadowing moment. Make sure you remember that. So I have to take this medicine every 12 hours. The drowsiness lasts about 2. So what happens is I try to go and say, hey, can I at least make it to work? And he's like, no, you're not going to work like this. You're a fucking mess, first off. You need to sleep all of Thursday. And so I go, okay. And he gave me a note, and he says, in case your fucking boss gives you problems, I'm telling you directly, you need to get sleep. And I go take all Thursday, I sleep it off. I feel a little bit better on Friday, but mind you, a little bit going from like 100% I fucking hate life to, okay, I'm at 90%. I kind of just hate life a little bit less. So I fucking deal with it on Friday, deal with it on Saturday. Yesterday, Sunday comes along. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I'm starting to like move around again and actually able to walk around and do whatever the fuck I feel like doing without having to go and crawl around. And because I basically couldn't move. I was fucking really, really hard at moving. And to summarize why it's such a fucking annoyance to me, I got a text from my boss like today, and he was like, hey, what happened with you not showing up today today, like Monday? And I was like, okay, so here's the story. One, well, I'm not going to repeat it. I already told you guys what I did, but essentially I told him the entire story about, you know, the medicine, I'm sick, what I'm sick with, all that kind of shit. And I told him the medicine makes me extremely drowsy. I took it last night before bed, and while I'm trying to, you know, brush my teeth and like clean up and shit, I'm so fucking drowsy, I immediately just go to bed and don't set an alarm. Complete, honest, and reasonable excuse. He goes, okay, that's fine, but what about Thursday? You didn't call out. I was like, I texted you directly. I texted 2 other people, and I sent a note inside of our group chat. Nobody replied to any of those things. And so he takes like 25 minutes to get back to me on that. And then he starts telling me the difference between, you know, work from home, sick days, yada yada, like the fucking technicalities. Like, bitch, I was fucking dying. Don't hit me with the technicalities. That's the quickest way you're gonna piss me the fuck off. I was being as respectful as I can, and you're gonna come over here while I literally can't even open my eyes, and you're gonna try to tell me that I'm doing shit incorrectly, and that I inconvenienced like fucking 2 people. My fucking bad.
Yeah.
So that was literally about 45 minutes ago before we started the podcast. So that's what we're going off of.
How fun. How fun.
I can get with him
Alright.
on being upset with me about today because I completely slept through my alarm. Or forgot
Right.
to set a alarm, I mean. But like Thursday, I did everything in my fucking power to try to like, you know, help out and shit. But whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
What about you,
Jason?
Jason?
How is your illness going?
I told you, I don't think I'm ill. It was just, you know. Whew.
Just tar.
Yeah.
All right.
Certified
just-
tar moment.
On the toilet for at least 10 minutes, shooting
Oh,
out
Jesus.
intervals every 30 seconds. I think I lost about 10 pounds.
Jeez.
No, damn.
Felt really good after though. Couldn't sleep though. So I'm on about 5
Couldn't
hours
sleep.
of sleep. And then Saturday night / Sunday morning, I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. because I was doing college things. And yeah, I'm a little fucked on sleep. Well, I said I might pass out.
I get you. All right. Well, it's a good thing that I came prepared to this stream, and I've prepared a few notable news stories that we can talk about. just to keep conversation rolling. But we'll
Hey,
get to those
first,
later
I
on.
want to talk about Project A, also known as Valorant.
I agree.
I have Valorant on the news docket.
Okay.
We'll get to that near the end. Because I knew that Jason was going to be here. He's going to want to talk about Valorant, so I made sure to put that on the docket. Anyway, since Jason doesn't really have much to say in the way of sickness, do you want to talk about your week first? Or 2 weeks, I guess. Fuck, when was the last time you were on the show?
I have no fucking clue.
It's been at least
Okay,
2
Jason,
to
what have
3
you been
weeks.
doing as of late? Don't you fucking say nothing. You've been doing something.
I had a Frisbee tournament.
How'd that go?
You know, we didn't do as bad as other ones.
Hey, Jason, can you explain to me the intricacies of professional Frisbee?
Well, there's 2 teams, and they have a Frisbee. Now, do you know what
Yeah.
a Frisbee is?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a pizza, but you can't eat it.
Yeah, exactly. So you throw the plastic pizza to your teammate, but once you have the plastic pizza in your hand, you can't move. So, when you're standing there with it, the defending team has to stall or count to 10. And if they count to 10 before you pass the plastic pizza, then they get the disc. But they can also try and intercept the disc. Now, you get the plastic pizza from your side of the field to the other side. And once you catch the plastic pizza in the end zone of the opposing team, you score 1 point.
You have to catch it in the receiving
Yes,
end?
if you drop the disc, it goes to the other the plastic pizza, it goes to the other team.
Do you get extra points if you catch it in your mouth like a dog?
No, but you might break a tooth.
Ah.
Do you get extra points if you break
What
a
if you
tooth?
catch it in the air?
Yes.
What if you jump up and catch it in the air? Do you get an extra half point for that?
No, that's just
that's standard.
Normally, you catch it.
Okay, then. I don't even think they have half points in Ultimate Frisbee. I'm out
No.
of water.
Yeah, imagine winning by a half point. Could you imagine how pissed off people would be?
That reminds me of the fucking story. I forget exactly which set it was, but I believe it was a brawl game, and there were okay. So back when brawl was a thing, it ran on the rules of if the timer ran out, whoever had the lowest percent won the game, and I believe this was like the tournament stock. Like this was the final stock of this entire fucking game, and they're going at each other, and the Meta Knight is stalling because of course he is. He's a Meta Knight, and the other guy is trying to chase him down. I'm gonna see if I can find this clip because it was fucking god tier. By the end of it, he manages to get just enough percent. The opponent manages to get just enough percent in to win against the Meta Knight. Hold on, I'll find it later. Anyway, that's what that reminded me of. Since you guys don't understand what this is.
No, I've seen it before.
This is a very low energy podcast.
Ugh.
This is extremely low energy. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's mostly just because of the fact that we're all kind of sick and we're just trying to just.
Yeah.
I feel like we're used to
He's
this.
always just kind of low energy.
No, he's got his moments where he pops off.
Yeah, when we talk about Valorant, he's gonna pop off.
That's it. Moving to Valorant.
There it is. But we'll get to it. Austin, do you want to talk about your 2 weeks first, or should I start?
You were already here for the other week, and then the other week after that has just been me in bed doing nothing but like trying to get better.
Yeah, but we canceled last week's podcast, so we can talk about that. Well, I can just talk about that. Basically, I'll start off with what's happened lately. I wrote down a list of how many games is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that I want to beat. A couple of them are games I've already beaten, or no, one of them is a game I've already beaten, but I just want to beat it again because it's a fun game. But I've made it a point because I finally got Near Automata, and I finally have that on my account, and I've been playing that for a cool minute for the past few days.
Do you intentionally call it that, or do you not know what it's pronounced?
Near Automata.
Is it called Automata?
It's actually called Automata. Yes.
Well, whatever. Automata. I'm gonna call it Near Automotive. Anyway.
That's.
I've been playing Hot Thick Ass Simulator for the past few days, and it's really, really weird because it plays like a platinum game, because it is a platinum game, but you don't get the same feelings as a platinum game. So, like, when I take damage, if you take damage in like a Bayonetta or a Devil May Cry or a Wonderful 101, and you use items to heal, that is a sin, and you are never allowed to do that. If you do that, you bring dishonor to your family and your lineage and the human race as a whole. You fucking retard. Do not use items. But in Near fucking 2B Amazing Ass, it's just like, yeah, man, use items. Who gives a shit? This is a JRPG. And it's really, really weird to play a JRPG at its core that plays like a platinum game. And I've been, going through that a little bit. I got to the forest area, and I fought A2 for the first time.
One of my favorite encounters.
Those, I don't know how I feel about that fight.
I mean, it's 3 years old at this point. Honestly, I feel like if anybody was gonna play it, they should have been already playing it by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I've heard nothing but good things about this game, so like I'm trying to go into it as blind as I can. I managed to get 2 endings already. I got one of the endings accidentally, and the other one was presented to me, and I'm like, oh, the meme ending. Let's go for it. I ate the mackerel.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, jackass.
And then the other one, yeah. And then the other one was I was in Pascal's village, and the game was like, hey, or command, whatever. It was like, hey, there are 2 Goliath-class enemies in the ruined city. You have to go kill them. And I'm like, bet. And so I started running toward the city, or what I thought was the city. And my bot started talking to me while I'm running to the city, and it said, like, alert something something. And the game cuts off and tells me that I abandoned the mission. And I'm like,
you went the wrong way.
So I didn't intend to do that, but whatever. I guess I unlocked another ending.
Yeah, you gonna go for the full alphabet?
I don't know what all the endings are. I'm just playing through the game.
Yeah.
How long does the game take to beat?
Full alphabet or get the full ending? There's 2 different things.
Just get an ending. Just get to an ending. Like a real ending, not a meme ending or like a fake ending.
I'm gonna be that bitch and say, no, fuck you. C route is the closest thing I'm gonna tell you is to get an ending. A and B routes are not the end of the game, and I can't stress that enough. Even the developer will not acknowledge you if you do not take Route C.
Let me tell you, let me ask this then. How far do I have to play in order to fight the CEO of Square Enix?
Technically, you can fight him on Route A, but you have to have the DLC purchased.
I got Game of the Yorha edition.
I think so. I don't own Yorha edition. I bought the game day one. I didn't get Yorha edition. But I would assume so, because there was only like 1 DLC pass.
It did say it came with a DLC pass.
I'm not going to tell you exactly when, but I'll let you know if you ever get separated from 9S and there's a lot of water nearby, because you kind of get separated from 9S a lot, make sure you backtrack a little bit. I haven't been
separated from 9S at all.
You get separated from a couple times. Okay. But one where there's a lot of water around, there's a specific building that it's kind of easy to miss. There's a little dude sitting in front of a door, and that's where you go. He checks your DLC.
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, never mind. Because I remember I saw a dude. Because I went into the forest area, and I checked behind the waterfall, because you always check behind the waterfall. And I found a dude that was like, hey, you don't understand me. Only those with hacking skills can understand me. And I'm like, okay. And that's not it, right?
No, he's just a joke NPC.
Okay. There are a lot of NPCs in that game.
Wow, it's like your guitar reminds people that video games are supposed to have fun.
Well, no, yeah, I understand. I'm just saying, because like the game is, it's so weird to me because the game wants me to do side quests and play it like a JRPG.
Yes.
And I don't.
No, you
don't play
absolutely
like
should
that.
because some of the best weapons are behind side quests. Some of the best moments are behind side quests. Some of the best like sceneries and like areas and just there's a lot of amazing shit behind side quests. There's a lot of the game to just take in
I
and
just want
just.
to kill big things, Austin. I want to play it like a.
You know what's
platinum
funny? The biggest boss of the entire game is a side quest. I'm not even making that shit up. The actual biggest boss in the entire fucking it's massive, and it's behind a side quest.
So here's the reason why that stresses me out to no end, and it's not it comes down to my specific brain goblins. Everyone has their own brain goblins.
Is
but
it
my
about
brain
the whole you can't fucking leave an area without finishing all the side quests?
And I'm really and I'm really trying to fight
There's
that
only
by just
one
saying,
moment
no,
in the entire game that stops that, and it's right before you fight
Because,
the
like-
final boss, and it literally warns
because
you that
I
you're
don't
fighting
want
the
to
final
burn
boss.
myself out. Okay, final boss, got it. Because I don't want to burn myself out.
If I'm
Because
being
I know that the way I play this, I know that the way I play games is I play every single side quest, I burn myself out super hard, and I never finish it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna ignore every side quest, and we're just gonna do the story. We're just gonna do the main story because I really want to fucking get through this, and I want to see what all this fucking fuss is about. But no, I'm playing it wrong, I guess.
do you want me to just give you like the run end of like what you should expect, or do you try to go in completely blind?
I'm trying to go in blind because okay, like if you care about spoilers to this game, it's like fucking 4 or 5 years old at this point.
It's 3
I got
years.
to the aliens. I met Eve
Yeah.
and Adam,
Yeah.
and I fought them, and I fought A2, and after I fought A2, I went back to the base, to the resistance camp, and I talked to an enemy for something, and 6-0 wants a picture of a flower, and that's where I ended.
You're actually really close to fighting the fucking CEO.
Oh, really?
I thought you just got to the forest. I didn't know you finished the entire forest and like.
Oh, that's the end of the forest section?
For the most part, like you already fought A2. A2 is like the 80% kind of area, and then you make your way back and all that kind of shit. And but
How close am I to getting the first ending?
first ending, you're about 80%.
Really? Is the game that short?
The endings, dude, they all mean completely different things. Okay, I'm gonna fucking be the guy to give you a spoiler because it seems like you're not getting this. Route A is only 2B's side. Route B is 9S's side. Route C is, spoilers, you play as A2. The reason why Route C is so important is because you get to play as all three of them at the same time, controlling each one of them. Route A and B take place at the exact same time. But then when you get to the final boss of Route A and B, because it's the same boss of Route A and B, because it's 2B and 9S are fucking together at the same time.
Yeah.
As soon as that happens, you immediately go to Route C, and that's when the game gets extremely long. So Route A and B are only about like 4 or 5 hours each if you just rush it, because like you're supposed to replay
I've
it
been playing
again.
For like, I think I have like 8 hours on the game so far.
Well, you're doing good then. You're not rushing it. Take your time and explore the world and talk to people.
Well, because that's the thing. That's the thing. When I play the game, I get the feeling of platinum, and I want to play it like a platinum game, but I can't do it that way because it's a JRPG at its core, and it's really confusing to me. Like this game is really confusing because I don't know what it wants. Because like I'm recognizing now that games are trying to push you into a way to like there's a way that they want to be played, and I'm trying to adjust my mentalities to play games more like they want to be played and less how I want it to play.
Here's a little helper. Nier wants you to play in the way that you have fun. That's literally it, Chief. If you want to go the fucking min-max
I go through
route,
area to area and play it like a platinum game.
if you want to play the min-max route, that's an option for you. But like anybody can just pick up anything and keep going. People already did a fucking listen. People already did a fucking damage calculator to see which weapons are the best. The weapons you start with are literally S- tier. They are one of the best
so you're
weapons in
kind
the
of
game.
misunderstanding what I'm saying.
What are you trying to get at?
So I'm not trying to say min-maxing damage or whatever. I don't know if this game wants me to play it like a platinum game or like a Yoko Taro game. I don't know which one it wants.
It wants you to probably play it like a platinum game. The only thing that Yoko Taro did was the fact that he wants his own universe. This is his story, and he threw his own little quirks in there and a meal. That's about it. Yoko Taro did that.
So then I can safely ignore everything like fishing and hunting and item resources and and all that. I can safely ignore all that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. That's what was confusing me, because I didn't know if the game wanted me to sit down and play this like a fucking Xenoblade game.
Oh no. It's not. It's not
to, like, go through level to level like a platinum game.
It's just play the game, have fun, and maybe pay attention to the story a little bit, because some of it is important. A lot of it is just, hey, this might come back later if you pay attention to a side quest. So,
do I have to do all the side quests?
You're only really going to be unlocking certain lore pieces about characters and certain weapons. A lot of them, they're only situational weapons, such as like, oh, this one prevents you from being poisoned. Oh, there's only one area in the game that gives you poison, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's your decision if you want to go about it. There's a couple side quests when I'm done with the podcast I can toss your way and say, hey, if you ever run across these like 6, make sure you do them because they're extremely important. Also, did you go back to your original death? Your original death spot. Yeah, just yes or no. Just yes or no. Did you go back?
I don't. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. This was like 2 years ago when I first played. So maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. You're talking about the one where they touch black boxes in the opening area.
Yes.
Right?
Did you go back there?
I'm unsure.
You get a really good weapon. It's
what weapon is
the
it?
Virtuous Treaty.
Oh, the really big katana?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
Okay, cool. That's like the one thing I tell everybody is like, please go back to your original death, because that's where you go.
Which is funny because I found Beast Lord and I've never switched off of that.
Beast Lord's really fun. I was fucking with it for a while, but then I just found out that it's like Virtuous Treaty a little bit more.
I just like big swords. Anyway,
you can have both of those swords. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. That actually brings up another point. Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. I understand that I can have 2 big swords at once, but because it's a platinum game, you need to have like fast attacks and slow attacks and be able to, safely maneuver groups. Because this game is a lot of hordes that it throws at you, but you actually have a moveset that can kind of deal with that. So it's good to have fast moves and slow moves and stuff like that. Because platinum. And I was playing and I set up my little fucking plug-in chips and I remembered all the plug-in chips I had from 2 years ago when I first played, and I died. And then I was doing my moves again and I realized, wait, what the fuck? Where did my chips go?
Oh yeah,
like, they're just gone.
Whenever you die,
and I completely forgot that the game had a corpse run mechanic.
Yeah. You have to go back to your corpse to get your plugins back.
Yeah, I went through like a solid chunk of the game just completely forgetting that it had that mechanic at all. And thankfully I didn't die in the intermittent periods between me dying that first time and me realizing that there was a corpse run mechanic and my corpse was still there, so I was able to get everything back.
I mean, dying
and by
in this
that point I got
like
an auto heal mod.
Yeah, I was about to say, dying in this game's like pretty hard to do from time to time, because there's a lot of mods that like watch your back. Like I was about to mention the auto healing, and
yeah, I got that.
There's a couple of other mods I'd also point out for you as well. There's an advanced HUD, which like makes it so where like you can have more shit on top of your screen. And then there's
I also want to specify that I was at first not going to use those mods because platinum, and if you use any sort of healing mechanics, fuck you, you're a disgrace. And then I realized, wait, literally nothing in this game grades you based on your performance.
Yeah, it's just play the game, dude.
Okay.
I just remembered before you move off of Nier, because I do want to move off of Nier.
Sure.
There's 2 points that you should know. That part where you get like lost from 9S and there's like a lot of water. There's one section where it's actually required that you do fishing, because you get a very unique item that you need on you because it's really fucking good and you should have it. And then once you get that one, because I think you're supposed to get this second item, and then it's like, hey, there might be a third one. Hint, hint, it's in the desert. the giant ass fucking desert. Good luck finding it. It has a beep that it will give
Does
out.
it have anything to do with that weird email I got with the 3 coordinates?
No, that's a different side quest.
Oh, okay. Different side quest. Keep going. Sorry.
Whenever you're in the desert, you're gonna have to. I'm sure you've noticed how big the fucking desert is. There's just a thing that's beeping, and you gotta listen for it. And then when you get closer,
Oh, do I get the Soundwave mod?
There's a lot of shit that I'm not gonna tell you, but those are the only hints I'm gonna give you.
I got the Soundwave chip, so I can probably just use that. Maybe, I don't know.
Anyways, let's talk about Riot. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Okay, sure. Let's talk about Valorant. Jason, what is Valorant?
Valorant is Riot Games' FPS game that focuses a lot on a round-based system, much like CSGO, but with the visuals of Overwatch. Think of it like CSGO, where each round you buy your own weapons, but in this case, abilities instead of grenades for utility. Now, each round, there are 24 rounds. It's best of 24, so first to 13 wins. Now, each game, you pick a character, and each round you buy weapons and specific abilities for that character. Oh, my voice. I have a lot of, I don't know if it's mucus. I'm not sick, I swear. Basically, you get a character, you get items and weapons each round, and you play like CSGO. That's all it really is. After watching the gameplay, it literally just like CSGO, but with Overwatch visuals.
Wait, does this game have fucking... Like, do you have to meet a minimum requirement of internet connectivity to play online?
I didn't hear about that.
So. The whole thing with what they're doing is they're trying to make it run as good as possible. Like, on the website, they have the minimum specs and, like, recommended specs, and also, servers are 128 tick.
Good.
I mean, yeah, CSGO is 64 tick, Apex is, like, 20. Let me find it.
They're just trying to take over the spot that CS:GO is in, because CS:GO has had a pretty solid
CSGO
spot.
is shit on now.
Oh really? Nobody plays CS:GO anymore?
Well, it's a matter of the
Barely.
fact. It's a matter that it went free to play, which just brought more hackers in an already like hacker full game.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Wow, where is it? Where's the specs part?
Maybe I'll check this out, because I'm imagining this is also going to be a free-to-play game.
I have no clue, actually.
Nobody said anything
They
about it.
haven't said anything about
Okay, they haven't said anything.
I would imagine it'd be at least like a... I don't know.
it. I don't know. I would say 20.
I was gonna say about 20, 30 as well, but I was like... Excuse me. I was basing it
I
off of the
doubt
fact
they
that it
would
looks...
charge that much for it.
I was basing it off the fact that it looks really, really good, like amount of like work they're putting into it. But then I was like, they also put a lot of work into League when you think about it too, and all of their shits are free.
But also, they had to make League free when they released it, because there was no backing on it. They already have a fan base. They could easily make it like $20 and make a shit ton of money.
We could, just because it's like, hey, this legitimately already has a lot of people's attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep me updated if there's like a public beta or some shit, and I'll hop on.
Yeah, on the website
go.
it says it's coming summer 2020, and I don't know if that means beta or release.
No, I don't know either.
Most people would say beta immediately.
I would say that, but then
Yeah,
they
they
were
might
also
do, like, a
saying
beta.
there might be a beta this month.
Wow.
Fuck.
Here's the gameplay video, but
Oh, they have a gameplay video now?
yeah, it
Already?
was
What the
released this
fuck?
morning.
This morning? Oh, sick. I'm gonna...
Alpha gameplay. So, pardon me. So
So
yeah, they're probably gonna do
beta's-
a beta at some point.
Beta's pretty soon.
Yeah, so beta is going to be in the summer probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the thing where they
They might do a
said-
closed beta.
Speaking about things that came out this morning, you guys hear about the new Halo
Oh.
Combat Evolved?
Combat Evolved.
I don't
Coming
give a
to-
shit
coming to
about
PC.
Halo.
I'm just
Oh yeah,
glad to see that they're doing it at
and
a really
they
good
also
pace.
Showed every character and their abilities. But basically, if you have at least a GTX 1050, you can run the game at 144 FPS.
Oh,
Wow.
I
they're
like the
really
art style.
going for stability. They're going for high FPS, high tick, low lag, because the way they were saying it is they want to have everyone have low ping, so they're gonna have servers in every major city.
Oh fuck! That means
What the
So
fuck?
there's gonna be a server in New York City,
Houston.
Chicago, LA, Houston.
yeah.
Like,
Wow.
they're going hard.
I can fuck with this.
Huh. I'll play with y'all. I don't think I'll be able to get into this legitimately because it's a fucking PvP game, and Lord knows I don't really appreciate those unless I'm playing with y'all.
I can fuck
But I'll
with
give it a
this.
shot.
I can
at the very
really
least.
fuck
Yeah,
with
the
this.
gameplay. Oh, there was more too, man.
I like the art style a lot, just because like it looks like it's trying to go a mix between like kind of Overwatch style, but
Looks
not.
like Fortnite.
Here's
It
also
look- okay,
exclusive
it looks like a more
gameplay
realistic
separate
Fortnite.
from the video that was sent to this YouTube channel for like their own video to do publicity and shit. But I would say this video, don't watch it. If anything, it kind of just speculates on every 10 fucking frames, like trying to pick as much out of the video as they can. But it's there.
Okay, you know what this looks like? This looks like if they took the cinematics of League and made a game out of those.
It just looks like TF2 but CS:GO gameplay.
I would agree with you, Pat, but there's way too many different art styles that they do for cinematics for. They've done everything for Under the Sun, like as far as like pixels down to like 3Ds.
I mean, they're 3D stuff.
And even then, the 3D is really, really different.
Well, you know what I'm getting at though, right?
I guess.
Whatever. Valorant, yada yada yada. Anyway, is there anything else about this?
At the moment, no. It's still kind of keeping it quiet, just because it's still kind of like let's focus on getting it out first, and then we'll talk about it, kind of deal.
No, that's fair. Do y'all have anything y'all want to talk about in your weeks, or are we just gonna move straight into the news?
Let's
we
get
do-
right into the news.
All right. Well, I have a few news stories that we can talk about. The first one I'm going to talk about. Now, we're all PC gamers here. We all appreciate our high FPS games. What if I told you that Doom Eternal can theoretically run at 1,000 FPS with the right hardware?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I don't know. I believe this was Tech Radar. Tech Radar recently interviewed. Oh no, it was IGN. IGN recently interviewed Billy Kahn, which is id Software's lead engine programmer. He was talking about id Tech 7, which is the engine that Doom Eternal runs on. He says they're going for quote bigger explosions and vibrant-looking particle effects, as well as high frame rates. And again, quote, if you have the hardware right, it could hit 1,000 frames per second. He goes on to say that there's really no upper limit. I've seen some hardware. I've had some hardware here locally that we built just for testing, where we had scenes running at 400 frames a second. So, id Tech 7 looks like it's gonna be a really fucking good engine. I'm excited to see how Doom Eternal runs on the Switch, because if it can hit 1,000 FPS on the right hardware on PC, I'm only imagining how good you can optimize this shit for fucking anything.
I wouldn't imagine they'd go past 60, Chief. They're
What do you mean,
focused.
when the game comes out.
Yeah, for Switch, their main thing is not about frame rate on Switch. It's about how much can we squeeze out
like-
of it. So when it gets to the
No,
point where it
what
gets
I
over
mean by
60,
that-
they start upping the graphics quality.
No, I don't mean like I wanted to hit 1,000 FPS on the Switch. Like, that's fucking ludicrous. What I'm saying is, I didn't play Doom 2016 on the Switch, so I don't know how well it runs, but I hear it runs pretty well. If it can go a stable 60 and have, like, pretty solid graphics running onto it, like texture quality and graphical quality and stuff like that, if it can do that while keeping a consistent 60 FPS on the Switch, id Tech 7 is looking pretty fucking rad. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this one up because fucking I just want to talk about Doom Eternal because it's March and I'm ready for Doom Eternal. God damn it. Are y'all excited for Doom Eternal? Because I am.
I'm not picking it up on day one. just because it's coming out. It's coming out right when Persona 5 Royale comes out, so that's my
okay.
main focus. I'm not even picking up
I'll be
Animal
streaming
Crossing
it
day
day
one.
one. I'm gonna stream it day one, and then once I'm done with Doom, I'm gonna switch over to Animal Crossing.
Austin, we all know you're gonna get Animal Crossing to beat off to.
Where the fuck is this coming from?
Austin.
Wow, that kind of came out of nowhere.
That
Awesome.
literally came out of
No.
nowhere.
Austin.
Jason, are you projecting right now? What the fuck
No.
is this?
Uh-oh.
Jeez. What the
I've never played Animal Crossing.
Yeah, because you're too busy beating off to it.
Listen,
What the
I
fuck?
didn't admit to
Jason,
that.
are you a furry?
No.
Oh my
Sure?
god.
Did you see the Jubilee video, Ask Me Anything Furry?
No.
It was actually really cool because the dude was just living his own life and he wasn't in it for sexual stuff, or at least he said so. But like, I don't know. I just couldn't help but cringe when they were showing it.
Moving on from that.
There's something I want to
we're gonna-
bring into this conversation.
We're
No,
gonna-
not that. I want to just fucking talk.
Okay.
Did you guys see that? Fucking, Jesus Christ, that whole thing threw me for a curveball. Give me like 2 seconds to remember what the fuck I was gonna.
1, 2.
That's all the time you get, Austin.
Oh, that's it. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah,
Talk about how I
fucking
finally. Oh, okay. Go on.
Hideki Kamiya blocked his own fucking company just because they.
I was actually gonna bring that up in just a second.
Oh really? Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna bring up the 2 Platinum Game stories I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
After that, I want to talk about Dark Souls 2. Anyway, the first news story I wanted to bring up regarding Platinum is that there was an interview with Atsushi Inaba and Hideki Kamiya, which are the 2 big wigs over at Platinum, and the whole Wonderful 101 remastered Kickstarter was not. It's been confirmed by them that it was not to raise funds for the game itself, because they would have released the game regardless. The Kickstarter was meant to gauge interest in the game and the series as a whole, and try to see if people actually enjoyed it or not. And fuck, people really enjoy it. Hold on, what is the Kickstarter at right now?
They're still taking money. I thought they closed it.
I believe it's got like 3 days left.
No, jeez.
Let me double check it. Oh my god, pardon me. Yeah, 3 days to go, and they have raised almost $2 million. They're at 1.9 million. So fuck. Guys, Wonderful 101 is amazing. You guys should really play it. Oh man. And then the second news story regarding Platinum, as Austin just described, is Kamiya blocked Platinum Games' Twitter account. Because Platinum posted a video of Kamiya falling asleep at dinner at PAX, because he was, at PAX and working hard to, keep up with everybody and answer questions and do interviews and yada yada yada. So he fell asleep at dinner, and Platinum Games, the official Twitter, posted a video of him asleep at dinner, and Kamiya responded with just blocked, and he fucking blocked Platinum. I love this meme of Kamiya blocking everyone. It's great.
I wonder how many people he's actually blocked.
Oh, I want to say it's upward of like a couple thousand.
I'd imagine.
It's a lot.
I
I don't think there's a conceivable way to really tell how many he's blocked, because there's a lot.
Well, I mean,
If he managed to beat all the missions on the Kickstarter page, all the social media missions, he will unblock everyone.
well, that's gonna be a while, because I know you can do it, because somebody went and like looked up how many people other people are blocking, and they're like, oh, I wonder who Shadman blocks, and then Shadman's like, I don't block anybody. He was like, even the worst person in the world should still reach out to me if they need to.
Well, I mean, yeah, considering the shit he makes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy howdy, he makes
So-
some shit.
So, based off of that, it would show that you can check how many people you're blocking. There's always somebody who's tracking something. It's just I don't know what service you use.
I only block ads and furries. Nice, Jacob.
I do only block the ads now. After I found out you could block
Oh,
an
but
ad.
not
Yeah.
the furries. Okay.
I don't have any
I
furries
don't
on the
block them, I
timeline.
just mute them.
I don't have any on the timeline. I blocked a furry because he went into my fucking Twitter and started retweeting, quoting, and like started quoting all my tweets with like a lot of like shit that I did not appreciate. So I blocked them. He was using me as an example to fight fucking another argument. I was like, nah, dude, don't do that. That's gross.
All right. Oh, hold on.
There's one more thing I want to bring up about Twitter and shit before we move on though. Somebody on my Twitter told about this fucking program that I bookmarked for later. There it is. There's an Android app called Romani, which will completely remove all like the blurs and like low polys and like pixelation and all that shit from like any picture you give it, and like completely upscales it to like some beautiful pieces of like pictures. And
Of
people
porn.
Wait, what?
and people were like, man, that's really cool because I have this one really good picture that I wish was better. It was like a nighttime picture of like, you know, me and my boyfriend were out, and then it's like, yeah, it's like super blurry, and they put in the program and it's like night and day. It's super fucking clear.
Wait, are you talking about that program where it like swipes across and then it tries to fix the blur, but when it does it to people's faces, it just fucks them up horribly?
This one doesn't seem like it does it that bad. I'm looking at a lot of people's.
Yeah, what's it
Finally
called?
Unblur hentai.
It's
Amazing.
it's called. Ooh, unblur hentai. I don't know about that because the blur is like really really fucking heavy. But the app's
Hey, I'll
called
try it.
Remini, Remini. I might be saying that wrong. Remini. I don't know.
Like Romani Ranch from Majora's Mask.
I guess, but that's an RA. RO.
Ah, Ramoni.
I don't remember.
Because in
dude.
Majora's Mask, it's Romani, I believe. Romani.
Romani makes sense to me.
Oh yeah, I think this is definitely it, because I see so many fucking TikToks of people swiping across and then it just fucks it up.
Maybe I've never seen it.
So-
It's only floated on my timeline literally a couple days ago.
That's gross.
I just thought it was cool. I'm really impressed with how far
Oh
like
yeah,
tech is
that's
coming with
cool how they
pictures.
could even do that.
I like it.
Yeah, it's neat technology. All right, next news story I want to bring up is Death Stranding finally has a release date for PC. It's coming to both Steam and the Epic Games Store on June 2nd, 2020. And as there's a trailer that was released where the new the port of the game will support ultra high frame rates. It'll have a photo mode. It'll support ultra wide monitors, and it will also contain content from Half-Life. So fucking what's his name? Sam Porter Bridges Strand or whatever the fuck his name is will be able to walk around with a head crab on his head just because fuck it. This is Kojima's Wild Ride and whatever he says goes. And then they also showed off you can have the little valve on the back of your head, like the Valve logo. And I thought, oh, that's cute. Mostly, I'm just excited for Death Stranding finally come to PC because I've been wanting to sink my teeth into this game, but I can't because I don't own a PS4 and I probably never will.
They're really not
Yeah.
that expensive.
I don't want to buy a console for one game.
If I'm being honest, Chief, you should get a PS5. Here's why.
Eh.
It's obviously gonna have like the new great consoles and shit, whatever the fuck they want to talk about it. But you also get backwards compatibility, which is the main reason why I was like, damn, I kind of want a PS5 now.
Oh, speaking of backwards compatibility, I forgot about this, but I kind of want to bring it up. It's been I want to say it's been confirmed. Let me see if I can find this. The Xbox Sex, the Xbox Series X,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Backwards compatibility with everything,
with every Xbox game.
every Xbox game, and if it's not supported, then it will be later on its life.
Yeah, and like so, the Xbox Series, the Sexbox is no longer an Xbox; it's a PC, and Xbox is now a platform.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting, and I'm happy with this. I like this change that Microsoft is going with.
Well, I mean, they were
like,
already
just
sitting on
seems-
the solution to the console wars for years. This is they're finally putting the fucking brain power to
The
it.
solution to the console wars is just fuck all consoles and just everyone get a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
one more thing I wanted to bring up about cool programs I think people should know about. There is a program called Dain, DAIN, all caps, and it's a smart program that will essentially figure out the rest of an animation for you. So if you find like a really choppy animation,
Oh, it interpolates low frame rate animations. I fucking hate that program.
oh, okay. Well, I think it's really, really cool because it's doing a pretty
I
damn good
think
job.
it makes all the animations look disgusting. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like the way it smears all the frames together. It looks gross to me.
I don't know if you're talking about the same one because there's a whole thread of people like using it and it looks super fucking smooth. There's a lot of programs that also do the whole interpolation thing. Some of them are
Send
really
me this
bad.
thread that you're talking about.
A lot of it is pretty good though.
Eh.
I don't know,
I don't
man.
know.
I just appreciate that there's a lot of programs that are out there that are working towards giving a better experience for older stuff. You know, bring up.
Is doing that giving you a better experience though? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
It's called modernizing.
No.
Yeah,
I would much- if an animation was made for 20
it-
frames a second, I would much rather keep
No,
it
no,
at
no,
20
no, no,
frames
no,
a
no,
second.
no. I meant more along the lines of, hey, this is like a 20 FPS, 300p video. I can upscale this shit to like at least 720 and get it at least 40 something FPS. That's a lot more.
The one that
tolerable.
I've seen is people taking sprites of like fighting game characters and interpolating it and making it 60 frames a second, and it just looks bad. And there was that one really famous scene where they took a similar program. I don't know if it's the same program, and they took a scene from like a fucking Dragon Ball movie, and they did all the frame interpolations, and it looked gross.
Mhm.
I don't know if we're talking about the same program. I would like to see this thread that you're talking about so I can confirm whether or not it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'll send it to you in a
But
second.
yeah.
Um,
I don't like it when they did it to the 7-page Muda too. Ew. I don't like the way these programs fucking interpolate these frames and give it like this weird smeared look. I don't think it looks good.
one more thing before I get off the whole Twitter train. There's this video of a Smash Brothers tournament, and one guy tries to be a little meme and takes a picture of like the fight, and he's like just being a bitch, taking a screenshot of the fight, little jab at the opponent. But then when he goes to go open up the gallery on the Switch,
Yeah.
he sees that the person who's using it, the owner of the Switch, has a lot of really fucking bad screenshots of Dead or Alive.
It's like Senran Kagura or some shit. It's all like the hentai games.
It's Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
I just fucking
Hold
started
on.
losing.
Yeah, there it is. Look at this fucking degenerate. I love him.
It's not his Switch. It's a tournament Switch. So the person who fucking
no, I
donated
mean like
it.
whoever used this Switch. I
Oh,
love them.
oh
It's just
yeah.
fucking degenerates.
You could see that they put a lot of passion into these pictures. I'll just say that.
Oh yes.
Oh man, I
Oh,
just
man,
find
that's
it
disgusting.
I find it hilarious.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I need to post this link in chat because just Jesus Christ, like everyone needs to see this. There we go. Oh fuck. I love degenerate fucking Smash people. It's funny. Oh, okay. So another thing.
Oh, you sent it to
hold
actual
on a second.
chat, not like.
Yeah, in chat.
Oh, you said the. Okay, I got confused. Okay.
Oh no, I can put it in fucking like oh god, oh shit, oh fuck. I'll do it right now.
No. I got confused. I thought it was a completely different link. I didn't know you were copying my link that I just sent into chat. It's okay. I got like really confused.
Okay, well, sorry about that. Another story that I wanted to bring up real quick is that okay, I don't know if you guys watch this. I'm gonna fucking. I may or may not activate a weird fucking part of your brain. Do you guys remember Super Mario Brothers Z?
No.
No one here watched that? Was I the only one? Anyone in chat? Did any of you guys watch Super Mario Brothers Z? That old fucking sprite animation of Mario and Sonic doing fucking Dragon Ball Z fights?
No.
Okay, well, whatever. So, that exactly is what it sounds like. Some guy took sprites of Sonic and Shadow from the Sonic Battle game, and Mario and Luigi sprites and a bunch of other Mushroom Kingdom shit, and they made what I remember to be a hype as shit pixel like animation series. And the first episode of the remastered series came out today, and man, it's exactly as I remember it, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm gonna post it in YouTube links if you guys want to watch, because oh man, it's intense flashbacks of going back to like the first series of iMac that my dad gave to me, and I had just YouTube access, and I started watching shit on YouTube. That's when I first started back in 9th grade, and that was one of the things that I found, and it was just hype. I remember I used to watch, unironic, there'd be Mugen mods. You guys know what Mugen is? Mugen?
I'm familiar with it. I've heard it before.
It's like a custom fighting game engine. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Someone got away to take the Peter Griffin Mugen sprites, which yes, that's the thing, and they put him in Super Mario Brothers, like 1-1. And I remember I watched that shit unironically and laughed at it because this was back when I was a dumb fucking kid and Family Guy was like okay. So
Family Guy funny moments.
if you guys are familiar with this, you know, it's really interesting, and you should go back and watch it because it's a fucking look into the past. It's very interesting. Anyway, now, if no one else has anything to talk about, I want to bring up a topic that's very important to the chat.
Okay.
I want to talk about Dark Souls 2. I have been going through Dark Souls 2 with Jagged. He's been acting as my guide, my coach, my assist. He's been telling me where to go and how to not fuck up at Dark Souls 2. And I take back a few bad things I said about Dark Souls 2. I will recognize it is a fine game. It's probably not a good Dark Souls game. I don't have a full I'm the bird on your shoulder that squawks when he's retarded. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's a good Dark Souls game or not. I haven't actually beaten it yet. But I'm trying my best to get through it without going fucking insane. Because there are a few moments in that game that I was playing and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this game? It's a better Dark Souls game than DS3. I don't know about that yet.
I'm still more on the. I'm still more on the Dark Souls 3 train over DS2.
Dark Souls 1 is the best Dark Souls.
I'm enjoying
End of
magic.
story.
I'm enjoying magic inside of Dark Souls 2 though. I do want to go back and play more Dark Souls 2 tonight. So.
Yeah, because I'm at. Fuck, where did I leave off at? I don't think. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the gargoyles in the Lost Bastille right now, so I'm pretty early on in the game.
You're pretty close to that. Last time I checked, when I was watching you, you were like, fucking. I want to say like less than 30 minutes away from the gargoyles.
What about DS3 is fucking original and not just ripping everything off from previous games? Nothing. I mean, the Dragon Slayer armor, isn't it?
Dragon Slayer armor is completely original to Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, and the really cool lightning axe that I use with my faith build because faith builds are funny.
Another thing is the fucking unpopular opinion. It's a lot more cinematic and just fucking hey, watch shit happen than other Dark Souls, sure. But unpopular opinion, I really enjoyed all those moments where, like, at least the first time around, like the first time that you go and fucking fight Yorm. And you're in his throne room, and you're like, "Oh shit, this dude's fucking huge!" And then he's like starts charging towards you. You fucking go to the fucking throne that he's sitting on. You pick up a fucking sword. It's like, oh hey, the Storm Ruler. What the fuck does this do? You hold it in your hands. You start fucking charging up a literal fucking tornado. Dude, that shit absolutely fucking slapped. That moment was probably one of my favorite moments in that game. And a lot of people are like, oh, this is so boring. The dude dies to the one weapon that you could only use in this boss fight. Oh, I'm a fucking bitch. Games are, annoying now. Like, bro, just have fucking fun with the game, dude. It was just a moment. You're supposed to just have fun in a video game. Maybe that's why I enjoy Dark Souls 3 more than other people. Because I'm allowed to have fun.
Yeah. No, I'll agree that you definitely enjoy Dark Souls 3 a lot more than other people, and that's fine, right? I'm not saying you have a wrong opinion. What I'm saying is I disagree with your sentiment in that Yorm's boss fight's probably the weakest boss fight in the entire game.
Well, yeah, because he's supposed to be mostly cinematic and just like story.
He's a gimmick fight.
I guess, but like you could also.
Storm Ruler is a gimmick from Demons.
I
Demon Souls?
I didn't go that far. I didn't beat Demon Souls. I was gonna play through it, couch co-op, but then that plan fell through because all of the footage that we already recorded at the time was lost. So I was like, well, that's 3.5 hours of that, so that's gone, and I didn't feel like doing it all over again.
Well, Austin, I have a thing that I want to relay to you from Jagged. How are you missing all of the Estus Flask shards?
Because I don't know where the fuck they are. I don't use a guide.
Hasn't Jagged been showing you where they are?
No. Nobody points this shit out to me, and I don't like looking at guides, because I feel like that ruins the immersion.
I mean, you could just explore.
I try to explore, but at the same time, I don't want to keep people waiting, because I'm trying to co-op run the game. I don't like people waiting for me, so I rush through, and it's like I usually leave a lot of loot behind. That's why I asked multiple times, hey, is there any good loot in this area? Otherwise, I'm skipping it because I want to keep up with you guys. Because I'm not the best at Dark Souls, dude. I just fucking
co-oping with?
Adam and Jagged. That's 2 people I got to keep up with, and Adam is super fast at the game. He literally gave us like 2 weeks to start, and then he caught up to us in a day.
Oh, well, that's Adam.
So like, naturally, I don't like making people wait.
Jagged's been like surprisingly patient with me in all of the retarded things that I've been doing, and I've been purposefully annoying him, believe me, because what I find really funny about playing Dark Souls 2 with Jagged is just constantly fishing for backstabs, and it makes Jagged so fucking angry, and I love it. I love every second of it. But he's been showing me where all of the important loot is, and I'm grateful.
I feel like I also have like a little thing to get at Jagged with, and it's the fact that I'm a loot goblin. I pick up every piece of loot that I can get in my way. Like if I'm walking and it's like out of my feet, I'm picking that shit up. I usually don't go out of my way for loot unless I know what it is or somebody tells me, hey, go out of your way for this piece of loot. But if it's like right beneath my feet, I'm gonna pick it up even if I'm in the middle of combat, and that's usually a bad thing.
You know what I find amazing, Austin, is okay. I'm gonna talk about one of your brain goblins, right? Because I was thinking about this while Jagged and I were playing Dark Souls 2, and I want to talk to you about this. And I don't mean to come at you maliciously. That is not my intent. I more so want to bring up little things that I've noticed, and I want to get your response to the things that I've noticed and my interpretations of those.
You know when everybody talks about how they have these fight or flight responses, I'm starting to get that right now.
Is this one of them?
Yeah, okay. I'm starting to get a little bit worried.
Okay, this is about Dark Souls. This is purely about Dark Souls and one other game, but I'll get to that. I remember you telling me when you were playing Dark Souls 1, and I was showing you where Ash Lake was and all the cool shit that you missed. Yeah. And you described how you play Dark Souls as, I play it like a boss rush game, and I just want to get to the bosses and I just want to fight the bosses because that's the most fun part about the game.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And Jagged was complaining about how you don't explore in the games and how you are missing literally like 8 Estus Flask shards, and how he got kind of not upset, but like he was annoyed at the fact that you're missing so many shards. And that made me think, Austin, there's a game out there that's literally just Dark Souls boss fights, but more in depth. It's called Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and I
remember you told me
all of Monster Hunter.
No, you didn't. You didn't get to Xeno'jiiva.
Oh no, I didn't get to the part of the game where it got really tedious and annoying.
It's not tedious. I'm surprised you find it tedious
No.
because it's like not at all.
I don't like the fact that bosses will respawn. Well, monsters. I'm gonna say monsters because whatever. Monsters, they respawn. There's multiple of them. It lessens the value of taking them down. That's starters. To me, I'm used to Dark Souls bosses. You kill it once, it stays dead for the rest of the run until you do New Game Plus. Dark Souls says, "Oh hey, there's this one monster that's attacking. Surprise! There's like a fucking billion of them. They just only see one of them at a time because they respawn." So naturally, that I don't like. It immediately ruined my immersion just because I'm going and expecting Dark Souls, and it's not Dark Souls. I'm not blaming Monster Hunter for it. I enjoyed my time with Monster Hunter. I didn't like later in the game. Hey, I want this one weapon. Fight this boss 15 times. Hope that he drops the one piece you needed. He didn't drop it. Try again. That got really annoying.
Okay. When you played, did you do investigations or did you do quests?
I just went into the wild and fucked up the monster.
Oh, that's exactly where you went wrong. That's not how you do it.
I don't want to do quests. I'd much rather, because whenever I do a quest, it's like, hey, here's a fucking cinematic of the fucking handler talking to you. And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
No, that doesn't happen with every quest, Austin. That only happens with the assigned quests.
Point is, I just
Not even that,
want
you
to
have to do
fucking...
investigations where you get better chances of getting good loot. Like, investigations are where you go to grind.
I just wanted to kill the thing, get done with it, get the fucking piece that I needed, and then move on.
And I'll show you how to do that, but doing fucking expeditions is not how to do that.
I guess. That's just, to me, I was like, that's like the easiest way to do it. Just go on an expedition, kill the bitch that you need to kill, leave expedition.
No, because you're just making the game harder on yourself.
I-
I'm surprised that you let yourself do that.
First off, I don't look up any guides for a lot of the games. I like going in completely
Monster
blind.
Hunter is a game where you need to look up guides, Austin.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh, well, it goes against my gamer fucking goblin, as you want to call it, is I don't like guides. I like figuring things out for myself. I like learning and evolving as a gamer via my own experiences. Not because somebody else
still
took
level up
in...
as a gamer because you beat the fucking boss.
No,
You know, you
I
still
didn't
learn
beat
as
the
you
boss.
go.
Somebody told me how to beat the boss.
That's
For example,
no, you still won.
for example, if I were to go and play... this might be a really bad example, but it's the first example I'm coming up with. If I were to go and play Pokemon, and I'm going and playing through a generation... I'm trying to think real quick. Generation 3, that's the one I can name off right now on the top of my head. Generation 3. Elite Four is coming up. I don't know who the Elite Four is. I don't know who I need to prep going into the Elite Four. The Elite Four, the way that it works is you have to beat all four of them in one sitting. You cannot leave.
Yeah.
If you leave, the entire Elite Four starts over. So, obviously, the gamer brain says, get all four first try. What Pokemon do I need to bring in? You can only have 6. You can't swap these 6 out. You have to beat a whole... I think it's like minimum 4 Pokemon on each Elite Four's team. I think there's one that has 5. And then you have to beat the champion at the very, very end, who has a full team of 6. So technically it's Elite Four and then a champion, which has a whole team. That's like 30 fucking Pokemon you gotta beat. All different typings and different advantages and disadvantages. Do you know how much more intense it is going in not knowing? And not knowing what to expect and going and just hoping that you and your team are built strong enough versus, oh, this guy's weak to this guy's weak to that. Oh, okay, well, there goes all of my experience because now the surprise is ruined. 2, the experience is lessened drastically because I didn't go in, fighting with this huge story behind my back. Oh, man, I got like this great experience where I beat the boss by 2 HP by the bare bones of my fucking skin. You lose that because now you're going with the team that counters everybody. You know what to expect. You're more prepared. It's not as fun. I'm not gonna enjoy my experience.
So, okay. First off, I want to counteract that with Monster Hunter. But after, I want to talk about this. Wouldn't it make more sense just to because knowledge is power, right? What if you just said, because each Elite Four is based on a particular type, like all the other gym leaders, right?
Not necessarily, but kinda, yeah, I guess. There's a couple of one-off exceptions, but sure.
Why don't you just look up like what types they are and then not
That's
exactly
the
what
point.
Pokemon they have.
No, that's the
Just
point.
go off of that.
That's already too much of a fucking, advantage.
It's still like, okay, I know what I'm getting. I know kind of what I'm getting myself into, but I still got to figure out exactly how to deal with each individual Pokemon, and that's its own battle, right?
Not necessarily. When you have type advantages, you can pretty much slap. There's like maybe 5% of the Pokedex that don't have the same type of disadvantage. Like, for example, there's a couple like water types that aren't weak to electric because they're also water ground. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Isn't Marshtomp one of those?
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to get at too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Anyway,
you don't know exactly, how many they have, sure, but it's also a matter of why would you lessen the experience at all when you could just go in and have more fun that way?
okay. Well, first off, I want to talk about Monster Hunter again based on this principle because, like, a guide, quote unquote, in Monster Hunter will never tell you how to beat a monster. Like, you still have to figure out how to do it based on whatever situation you're currently in. There's no like type advantage. There is type advantage, but it's not to the point where you just slap them to death and they're just gone. Unless you go from master rank gear and go down all the way to the low rank monster and you kill that in 2 seconds. Like, you're never going to run into a situation where it's like, oh, I know exactly how to beat you, but that trivializes, like, none of the guides trivialize any of the challenge in Monster Hunter. Like, I think that's what you're trying to avoid, is you don't want to trivialize the game and you still want to be able to beat the challenge, right? But knowing how to build weapons and armor sets is not going to trivialize anything.
For me, I go about learning everything via myself. I just don't look at any guides or ask for any help unless it's like, hey, why are you slacking, Austin? Because, like, if I'm playing with other friends and like, hey, Austin, you're like slacking really hard. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And at that point, it opens the door of saying, hey, you can then give me pointers, but don't, like, hold my hand and tell me, oh, well, you're going to need this, because then you're immediately overflowing me with this kind of shit, and you turn me off of the game immediately.
Okay, how about I show you, because Ginger and I are going to play Monster Hunter later today. How about I show you where you go to grind for monsters?
I don't know. And that takes me to another reason why I didn't like Monster Hunter that much, because I was already involved into Destiny, which is a huge, heavy, grind-focused game, and I'm starting to lose the passion in me to grind out. I want to do something a little bit more productive, like unlocking something that doesn't require me to grind like a year out just to get the one thing.
Okay,
to
so
me,
I'm gonna dispel that right now, because I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, okay, like I don't want to be the gatekeeping, like, oh, back in my day. Like, I don't want to be that. And I'm not trying to be that. But I want to specify that Monster Hunter World, specifically, has the least amount of grinding of any Monster Hunter game that I've played.
I know. I've been playing it. And I've played Generations with you.
Generations is really grindy. Or Ultimate was really grindy. Oh god, I want to say I hunt. Oh man, what did I hunt? I hunted the green Tetsukabra. I want to say I hunted that like 40 times in a row just to get his full armor set, and that armor set fucking slapped. It carried me through G rank Bronze Crown. But fuck, dude, I hunted that goddamn monster so many times. Holy shit! And that was on 3DS, my guy. Like, but I did it, and I finally got the armor set, and that's where the fucking like satisfaction comes in. I feel is not so much in defeating the monsters per se, because there is satisfaction in that, but most of it comes from like, I finally have this set of armor, and now I can kill things better, or now I can play a different weapon more effectively, or now I can do this different play style. Because like, it's not all about DPS and min-maxing and all that stuff. Because it's like, oh, I want to play Greatsword. Okay, well, what skills are good for Greatsword? And then you look it up, and it's like, oh, so focus and quick sheath and critical eye and critical boost and weakness exploit. And it's like, oh, okay. So what armor pieces have those skills? And then you look up like maybe a fucking armor set builder, and then it's like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I need to go for. Let's go kill a fucking Yan Garuga.
Do you want to know something else that might actually piss you the fuck off? I never used any gems or sockets or any of that shit ever.
Oh no!
Not a single time, because I was like, I'm not investing into any of this shit. If I need more damage, I'm just gonna get a better weapon.
No, Austin, you know you can take the gems out, right?
I'm sure you could. I never did. I was like, I don't want to fuck with a fucking system where it's like, oh, you got a chance to get this one red gem. What makes a difference in this blue gem? Oh, this red gem has like this. I fucking hate that shit. Oh, that was a turnoff real fucking quick. I try to just ignore it just to keep playing the game because I hate gem systems and, you know, tinkering out with your stats by like 0.1%. I hate that.
Oh no, they're not 0.1%. They're sizable differences in stats.
I fucking hate it. I hate that kind of system. Absolutely. I refuse to acknowledge its existence.
Oh, gems make or break armor sets, Austin.
I'm sure they fucking do, maybe, but I don't use them. I fucking hate a system that does that.
Like, you're just gonna sit there and pass up focus level 3 because you don't want to deal with the gems, even though focus level 3 is like integral for greatsword builds.
I don't even know what focus level 3 means.
It's when you use greatsword, you charge up your big slash.
Oh.
And when you hit level 3, you do the thing. Focus makes it charge way faster.
I don't use great swords, remember? I use Insect Glaive.
I know, but it's an example. Like,
okay.
Oh, you're gonna pass up fucking crit element. You're gonna pass up crit element level 7 when you only have crit element level 4. Like, what? Why wouldn't you get crit element level 7? That's like the prime sword and shield and dual blade thing.
It also comes down to the fact that it doesn't seem like there's a understandable way of where the fuck you get these. They just kind of just show up.
Yeah, I'll admit, a lot of it's RNG based, which is why I modded my game to have better RNG tables, which you should too. It's way.
That's kind of fucked up. The game's better when you fucking, you know, make it this way and you go out of your way to download a fucking cheat. That's not.
It's not a cheat. It's not a cheat.
That sounds like a cheat to me.
I'm not giving myself materials. I'm just making it more likely that I get the materials that I want.
I'm not cheating and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, but I just make it so her Godhead shows up 99% more often.
No.
If you modify loot tables or drop rates, you're immediately cheating, dude. That's not.
I'm not getting godlike drops every single hunt. I still gotta fucking grind for those things. But it's tolerable.
I don't know. Maybe. There's a lot of like soft rules that I put in myself where it's like I don't want an experience to be handed to me because then it feels like I'm not playing the game. I've
been playing this game for 300 hours, Austin. I'm fucking tired of the RNG systems. I'm sick of the gem system and how the RNG stats work in this game. I don't care. I just want to build the armor sets I want to build, and I'm not gonna spawn them in. I ain't a fucking cheater, but I'm gonna make it slightly more tolerable.
To me, I just don't want a game that feels like I'm watching it play. I want to play a game where it feels like I am playing that game.
That's exactly why I love Monster Hunter, because RPGs in general to me are like boring because you're just hitting the A button most of the time from the RPGs that I've played. You're just kind of hitting the A button and watching cinematics go by, and with a story that you don't give a shit about, and you're going through random encounters with that mean fucking nothing, and the enemies are scaling with your level, so you're not getting any noticeable upgrades in power, and nothing's fucking going on because you gotta do this bullshit. Monster Hunter is like, hey, here's a quest. The quest is, oh no, the Tigrex is here. We don't want it there anymore. And I'm like, okay, and then I go and I kill it, and then I come back, and then the greatsword is there, and I make it, and it's a good greatsword. And now I have a good greatsword, and I completed a quest.
And then it comes back because it's like, hey, we gotta keep bringing them back.
Austin, this is an ecosystem. There's not just one Tigrex out there.
I know, but I'm being in the sense that like they stress like, oh, there's this unique one of a kind monster, and then it shows up like 5 million times.
The only time that's ever happened is Elder Dragons.
Yeah, those will respawn.
Yeah, because video games.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Why put so much emphasis on there's only one of these things and then have you say, okay, now fight 500 of them. I thought you said there's only one of them.
I've never seen emphasis on there being only one of them. I've just seen passing like
story-wise.
Oh, this is the fucking. There's barely a story. There's barely a story at Monster Hunter.
I'm literally paying attention to the story because it's like, hey, it wants you to fucking care about it.
No, not a single character fucking matters in that game at all. The only thing that matters is you and your armor sets and how your cat looks. How are you gonna dress up your cat and make them look like the prettiest princess at prom?
First of all,
That's
there
what-
there
that's all
are
that matters in Monster.
there are characters that matter. Meowscular Chef matters a lot. I want to know
Okay,
about
yeah, but
his
he doesn't,
lore.
he doesn't get a single line of voice dialogue in the entire fucking game. And you
I'll
just
have-
talk to him and he's like, "Oh, you're adorable. I love you.
I'll
Make
have
me
you know,
food."
he meowed at me once. The game's never been the same since.
You need to meet Graham Meowster Chef. She's awesome.
Oh, the grandma.
Yeah,
I know about her existence through memes. But
she's amazing.
first off, though, you do know I don't even own Iceborne, right? I've been like
Yeah,
super.
Ginger doesn't either.
I've been super behind on like buying games because I just do not have the finances to keep doing that right now.
Yeah, I don't expect you to. Ginger doesn't own Iceborne either. I'm just gonna help him grind out some armor sets that he wants. Like that's kind of it. I'm just having fun killing monsters with him.
I see. Well,
Yeah, because like I bit the bullet and I made a longsword, which
Ew.
was the first time I ever used longsword in Monster Hunter. Because the second I pulled it out after 300 goddamn hours of playing this game, the Matt Mercer comes up and is like, "The longsword is a close range sword that can parry and deflect." It's like, ooh, thank you, Matt Mercer. Yeah.
just now getting
They
a
added
tutorial
move-
for.
They added a new move where you can kill a monster with cringe damage, and it's fucking hysterical.
All right, Jason, is there anything that you want to add to this
I'm sorry,
conversation?
Jason.
I just
Sorry.
finished my paper.
Ooh boy, you know what that means? We can play Apex,
No, that means I gotta finish editing it, print it, and then get dinner with a friend.
and then we can play Apex.
Yeah,
Yeah, I missed the
then.
good part. Yeah, you missed the part where Austin and I were arguing about Monster Hunter again.
I don't think we were
I was
arguing.
listening.
I don't think we were really arguing. I think it was just more of
We
us.
were loudly debating. How about that?
I wouldn't say loudly either. I'm talking in an inside voice, bro. I'm just having a conversation. It doesn't have to be a heated gamer moment every Tuesday. You know?
No, I'm not saying it's a heated gamer moment. Okay, anyway, whatever.
I just the way I play games, I just have a lot of opinions people don't agree with. I'll just leave it at that.
So do I. Pav and Austin arguing.
Less likely than you think. Check your PC now.
How unseen. Austin using the same joke every single goddamn time it comes up. Less likely than you think. Check your fucking AIDS now.
Well, I haven't checked that in a while. Yeah, you probably should check that
Yeah,
out.
you got to do your routine checkup on your AIDS.
So
How are they doing, Austin?
So, before we start like wrapping things up, I wanna mention this thing. I'm starting a script on a video essay I want to do, and I'm still stuck on what I want to call the video essays that I'm doing. I have a couple that I have like ideas tossed around, but none of them are like actually sticking. A lot of them are just like, not really feeling it. I was the one that I can really like hold on to a little bit is just calling it an appreciation for and then blank that and just calling that like my video essay kind of thing. But I don't know, it just doesn't.
What you're saying is, Austin, you find whatever game you're talking about special? Question mark.
And that's the reason why it's coming a lot harder.
I'm kidding.
No, it's because I don't want to fucking share the same name as you, because it just comes off as like I'm writing off of that name, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, believe me, I understand that you're not trying to do that. Like, I'm not gonna give a shit. But yeah, like you'll fucking figure it out. That reminded me, actually. I'm gonna try to have an episode of his special out by the end of the month.
Oh fuck yeah!
Goal for myself, but I want to get that done.
There
Because
was
it's been too long.
this video that came up on my feed while I was laying in bed watching YouTube. There was this guy who's got like fucking 75,000 subscribers. I was like, oh, that's not a bad amount of subscribers, right? But the fucking video that he hit me with was just so funny to me. It was like the fighting game you've never heard of, and I was like, okay, what fighting game is this? And
What fighting game?
it was Lethal League Blaze, and I was like, you fucking no! There's more people that play that game that are subscribed to you. I'm willing to bet at least 80% of the people that are subscribed to you have played Lethal League Blaze.
Hold up, I want to see what Lethal League Blaze has got right now in terms of its concurrent players.
It's not that high, but
No,
the
no, no,
owners
I-
of the
I
game.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. I want to see. What is it? Steam stats?
I just looked. It's not even the top 100. It's got less than 1,000
Steam
people.
charts. That's it.
You can look it up via game itself. I don't remember what site it was.
Oh, there's no. Wait, what? Lethal League. 0 results for Lethal League on Steam charts. What?
Not a game.
The game doesn't exist. It is less likely than we
Not
thought.
a game. Not a game.
But I just find it. I find it really, really funny. Lethal League Blaze is not that obscure of a game. I've been following it forever. You know, back when it was, you know, just Lethal League. And then it had... I saw, like, a lot of, like, the tournaments of Lethal League. That shit fucking slaps. Like, fuck. That they get so good.
Okay, I found the Steam charts. Basically, okay. So, the all-time peak of players concurrently playing Lethal League Blaze. Take a guess.
Is it, like, 50?
No, it's even more pathetic.
Is it 20?
More pathetic than that.
10.
2,500.
Wait, what?
2,500. 2,500.
Then why are you telling me more pathetic? Oh, God fucking damn it! I thought you were talking about how many people were playing it right now.
Oh no!
That's concurrent
Out,
players.
the entire time the game has been out, that's the peak number of concurrent players.
Yeah, that was probably day one when like people found out that there's a rank system, and that's what I was fucking in.
776 was day 1.
Oh. Well, I mean, they went up, so that's pretty good. Oh, fuck.
Fine. Because what, 24-hour peak is 62 players concurrently playing. And as
Okay.
of 11 minutes ago, it's been 50. So, it's pretty underground.
But it's a matter of, I'm sure a lot of people have also heard of it. I wouldn't go...
I mean, if you follow like the Super Best Friends, then of course you fucking heard of it because they played it on Friday Night Fisticuffs years ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of like YouTubers that like talk about the game, so that kind of makes it not obscure.
I mean, you'd be surprised of how many people haven't even heard of Death Stranding. Like,
I'm gonna argue that one, Chief. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard Death Stranding. That's probably more heard of than fucking Raid Shadow Legends.
No.
I'm
Raid
I
Shadow
would argue
Legends?
against that.
Not a chance.
I'm gonna make that argument.
Oh.
I'm gonna make that argument.
Ravioli.
Is there a way we can check this? I know exactly how. I know exactly how to do this.
Oh, it's ravioli.
There we go. Does it matter if I do Raid Shadow Legends or is it? Oh no, there it goes. Okay, yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. Okay.
Well, you've already gotten this sickness. You're immune to it.
Apparently started. Wow, a year ago. What? And then it picked up in.
One of the most ambitious mobile game projects of 2019 has just released, Austin. It's called Raid Shadow Legends.
And then Death Stranding. We compared the two of them together. Okay. Here is... The red is Death Stranding. The red is Death Stranding. The
Let me
blue...
guess, Austin, you're doing Google Trends.
Yeah.
See, the problem with that
Yeah.
is people still know what Raid Shadow Legends is from ads on YouTube. They're not just going to be Googling it after they see an ad, like Death Stranding, where they want to find the game or find videos on it. People
And
just
also-
get a shit ton of Raid Shadow Legend ads, and they're like, oh, fuck this shitty mobile game. So they know what it is, but they're not going to look it up.
And then a lot of people...
I mean, Austin, do you remember the Legend 27?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the advertisement about these fucking people playing Clash of Clans, sitting around
Legend 27?
sitting around a campfire. I know exactly the commercial.
God.
Dude, I'm gonna go on a fucking limb here because, like, I'm fully aware that my sphere of knowledge in video games is not a lot of people know what I know when it comes to video games, and that goes the same for you and even Jason, right? So games that I know and games that I'm very familiar with, I recognize, God, pardon me, that there's a very high likelihood that nobody's fucking heard of what I'm talking about. And keep in mind, the gaming industry is so broad. It's basically like movies. Like it's like, hey guys, have you ever heard of fucking have you guys ever heard of fucking what was that movie called? Monkey Bone? No, you haven't fucking heard of Monkey Bone.
What the fuck?
What is this yellow bar?
Bone.
You want to take a guess what that yellow bar is?
Pornhub.
Yeah, boy!
I knew it, yeah. I don't know why I just immediately knew it.
Sure.
You guys remember that fucking tier list where it's like, Fortnite versus Minecraft versus boobs versus weed? It's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Oh my god.
Oh. No, I've never seen that before.
Oh, dude, I gotta fucking show that to you.
What is boobs the fucking top tier of Maslow's hierarchy?
No, it's Minecraft. Minecraft beat everything. Minecraft was the only thing that beat boobs.
Awesome. I'm glad. Speaking of, I need to talk to my dad and get our Minecraft server going. Completely forgot about that.
There it is. I found it. It was, it was Homestuck versus Undertale. That's what it was. Homestuck versus Undertale versus Weed versus Boobs, and then Minecraft beats all of them.
Send me this image of the pyramid. I want to see the pyramid, the hierarchy. Oh. Wait, what is it? Oh, the real hierarchy of needs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm also realizing the way hierarchy of needs works is the things on the bottom are essential and the things on the top are things you want to obtain for enlightenment.
Yeah.
So it's saying Homestuck and Undertale are basically like shelter and food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now. I don't even know what the fuck Homestuck is. I
I don't either. I just know it was like some old like webcomic shit on Tumblr, I think.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't know a
that
damn thing about it.
Mpreg rock opera about it.
What?
Yeah, that's real.
And there's a funny story about that. So Toby Fox made an Mpreg rock opera to fuck with some people on the Homestuck on the Homestuck forums,
Oh my
and
God.
when he was contacted by Game Freak to make a song for Pokemon Sword and Shield, he was like, fuck these people. And he just took the song, like the melody of that song, and just put it in the game. And when he was asked about it, he said, yeah, Game Freak's not putting in any effort to this game, so why should I? To that extent. And it's like, oof. Never thought I would say Chad Toby Fox.
Hey, at least Toby Fox is actually doing something with his games. Like, have you seen the amount of work that he puts into fucking Deltarune? I don't follow the guy,
I played
but
Deltarune once, and I haven't seen anything about it, and I'm waiting for when the next chapter comes out.
Chapter 2's already been out. He's working on Chapter 3. Yeah, it's been out, dude. Like, for a while.
Deltarune Chapter 2.
Unless I'm, like, mistaking this.
No, it's just a leaked screenshot. Is it? Oh, ooh, that's what? Okay, that was a year ago. Fuck off.
Is it? Unless I'm, like, mistaking this.
No, Chapter 2 is not out. Chapter 1 is the only thing that's out of Deltarune.
Let me see. What am I...
It would say it on the fucking Deltarune website.
Yeah,
dude.
you're right. Alright, then I guess I was thinking about this Deltarune Chapter 1. I still have yet to play Deltarune itself. Ken was like...
Good, it's free. You should play it.
Ken was bagging on me for not actually playing it.
It's free.
My same logic also applies, where it's... I don't like playing incomplete games because it makes me pissed off that I have to wait longer just to see how it ends.
Sure.
I'm not playing Final Fantasy Remake. You know, when it comes out day one, I'm gonna wait till part 2.
The demo came out today for that.
I know it did. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, Austin, you know this is a remake, right? So you can just play Final Fantasy VII.
In the inferior way.
But you get the whole story.
In the inferior way.
Yeah.
Kinda
so like,
ruined
besides,
the-
this game was published in like fucking '93.
Yeah.
Like, this is a PS1 game.
I am aware, Cameron. I know what fucking Final Fantasy is. I don't know who you're trying to talk to. I'm not your fucking grandpa.
Shut up.
Dude, like, why are you baiting me on
You gotta wrap this shit up, Chief.
Yeah, okay, let's wrap it up. Anyway,
Oh my
moral of the
God.
story is we all have bad opinions. No matter who you are, you have a bad opinion.
Jesus.
Including me. I have bad opinions.
Especially him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's been all. See you next week. Bye bye.
Okay. I'll see. Yep. Goodbye.
God fucking damn it. Thank you guys for watching this week's episode of the podcast. We'll catch you guys next week.